Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Kedar from How to Guys, and today we're diving into a very important topic that affects millions of Americans: your Social Security payment schedule for June 2025. But don't just think this is the same old routine. This month, there are surprises, early deposits, and even a double payment that might just pop up in your bank account sooner than you think. So if you're receiving SSI, SSDI, or Social Security benefits, you definitely want to stick around. Because if you blink, you might just miss out on a crucial date, or worse, get caught off guard. Let me ask you a quick question. What would you do if your payment showed up a day earlier than expected? Or better yet, what if two payments landed in your account within the same month? You might be thinking, wait, is that really happening? Well, keep watching, because I've got some news that might just change the way you plan your budget this month. Now let's start with SSI payments. Normally, SSI checks hit your account on the first of the month, right? But in June 2025, that's not the case. Why? Because June 1st falls on a Sunday this year. And you know what that means? Payments don't get issued on weekends. So instead of waiting until the first Monday, the Social Security Administration is doing something a little different this time. You'll actually receive your SSI payment early, on Friday, May 30th, 2025. Yes, you heard that right. Your June payment will show up in May. That's not just early. It's unusually early. It's like getting your groceries delivered before you even place the order. But here's where things get really interesting. If you're not paying close attention, you might think this is an extra payment for May. It's not. It's your June money showing up a little ahead of schedule. So don't make the mistake of treating it like a bonus. This early deposit might feel like a little financial relief, but if you spend it too quickly, you could be running on empty by the time July rolls around. And here's something even more curious. Could there be another early payment surprise later this month? Could this be one of those rare double payment months? Stick with me because we'll uncover that in just a few minutes. Next up, for those who started receiving Social Security benefits before May 1997, your regular Social Security payment is coming in right on schedule, on Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025. Now, that might sound like a normal date on the calendar, but don't scroll away just yet. Think about this. Why does this group get paid earlier in the month than everyone else? What does being a pre-May 1997 recipient mean when it comes to how your payments are scheduled? It's not random. It's all part of a system that was designed decades ago. And believe it or not, being part of this group might actually work in your favor when months get complicated, like this one. But here's the real kicker. You've got an early SSI payment showing up on May 30th, and then this Social Security payment landing on June 3rd. That's two payments within a few days for some people. That kind of overlap could easily be mistaken for a double benefit month. Is it? Not exactly, but it might feel like one. More on that in a second. Alright, moving forward to June 11th, 2025. This one is for those of you whose birthdays fall between the 1st and 10th of any month. If that's you, this is your scheduled payment day. But let's pause here for a second. Have you ever noticed how these birthday-based payments space out the month? It's almost like the SSA designed it to stagger the cash flow, which can be helpful. But it can also make planning tricky if you forget where your payment falls. Now here's something to think about. What if you wake up on June 11th expecting a deposit, and it's not there? Could there be a delay? Could it be a banking issue? Later in this video, I'll give you a few tips on how to track your payments, and what steps to take if something doesn't seem right. Now, on to the next important date, June 18th, 2025. If your birthday lands between the 11th and 20th, then this is your payment date. But let's spice things up a little. How many of you have ever wondered if you could move your birthday just to get your check earlier in the month? I mean, let's be honest, mid-month payments can be a bit of a balancing act. You've got bills from earlier in the month that might be piling up, and now you're just getting your payment. But here's the upside. This mid-month deposit can help you stretch your budget more evenly between early and late expenses. Now don't go anywhere, because if your birthday falls later in the month, you might just be in for an unexpected treat or a potential trap. Let's talk about it. If your birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st, then your payment is coming in on June 25th, 2025. But here's the twist. June is one of those months where the payment schedule feels like it's dragging. If you're in this group, you're basically waiting almost the entire month to get your money. That means budgeting becomes even more important, because by the time June 25th rolls around, you've probably already had to cover rent, groceries, utilities, the list goes on. So what do you do in the meantime? That's why it's crucial to keep track of your previous deposits. Maybe even use part of that early SSI payment from May 30th if you're eligible for it. But remember, stretching your funds is a strategy, not a guess. Later in this video, I'll be sharing a few simple but powerful techniques to manage when payments are spaced out like this. Now, I promised you some surprises, and here's one that might just make your ears perk up. Let's talk about double payments. You might be wondering, is June one of those months where you get a double dip of SSI benefits? Not this time, but stay alert, because there is a month later this year, November, where something very special happens. That's when SSI recipients will receive 2 payments in the same month. Yes, you heard that correctly. 2 deposits. One at the beginning of the month and another at the end. But why? What's the reason behind this unexpected financial boost? I won't spoil everything right now, but let's just say that November's calendar has a little trick up its sleeve. And if you don't plan wisely, that second payment could disappear faster than you think. But we'll be covering that in full detail as we get closer. So make sure you're subscribed and have notifications on. Back to June for a second. This is a month where early payments and late birthdays could create confusion. The key takeaway here is this. Just because a payment shows up early doesn't mean it's extra. And just because you're waiting a little longer doesn't mean your check won't show up. It's all about the calendar. Now before we wrap things up, I want to circle back to that early SSI payment again, May 30th, 2025. That payment is meant to cover June, but it will show up on your bank statement as a May deposit, and that's where people often get confused. So here's a little suggestion. Label it mentally, and even on your budget sheet as June's money, because if you treat it like a May bonus, you'll be left scrambling come the end of the month. One last thing, be on the lookout for any deposit delays or errors, especially if you rely on direct deposit. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it can throw everything out of balance. So always double-check your bank account a day before and a day after your expected deposit. If something looks off, don't wait. Call the Social Security office or your bank right away. So let's do a quick recap of the Social Security payment schedule for June 2025. If you're on SSI, you'll get your payment early on May 30th. For those who've been receiving Social Security since before May 1997, your date is June 3rd. Then, we go birthday by birthday. June 11th if you were born between the 1st and 10th. June 18th if your birthday is between the 11th and 20th. And June 25th for those born between the 21st and 31st. Now that you know the schedule, don't just sit back. Use this information to build a smarter, more secure budget. Because the more you understand the timing of your payments, the better you can plan your life around it. If this breakdown helped you, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs it, and subscribe to How to Guys so you never miss a financial update. I'll be back soon with more tips, more surprises, and more tools to help you thrive on a fixed income. Until next time, Take care and keep your budget strong.